Let's talk about homelessness. In Vancouver alone, there are over 3,600 people who identify as homeless. While it's almost become customary in our society to ignore the homeless, this is wrong, and the issue of homelessness should be acknowledged. By donating money to the homeless, we'll help them gain better living conditions and therefore help them to live better lives. As human beings, it's our responsibility to save other people's lives if they're at risk of death. Most people have very harsh living conditions and are people that we should be trying our hardest to help. If you've been in Vancouver before, you'd probably already know this, but temperatures can reach lows of minus 4 degrees Celsius, which is more than enough to make someone into a popsicle. Another threat to the lives of homeless people is physical assault. In August 2021, a homeless man in Vancouver was chased down a sidewalk, pushed to the ground, and repeatedly kicked in an unprovoked attack. It's definitely possible that behavior such as this can result in serious injury or worse. If poor weather conditions and physical assault aren't enough of a threat to homeless lives, there's also toxic fumes, illnesses, car accidents, poor mental health, unhealthy dumpster food, and a whole lot more to worry about. Clearly, the homeless risk losing their lives on a daily basis, and therefore it is our responsibility to finance them to be able to access the three things needed to sustain a life and avoid these threats: food, clothing, and shelter. Some may argue that it's irresponsible to donate money to the homeless, as addictions or substance abuse have caused their poverty, and they'll use donations to fuel their long-held addictions. However, the opposite is true. The homeless need this money to escape addiction and will not spend it on drugs or alcohol, putting it to good use. First off, drug addiction isn't a cause of homelessness, but is rather a side effect of it. As a national coalition for the homeless states, substance abuse is a result of homelessness rather than a cause. People who are homeless often turn to drugs and alcohol to cope with their situations. In reality, however, substance dependence only exacerbates the problems and decreases their ability to achieve employment stability and get off the streets. In addition, the homeless can't afford the medical assistance needed to recover from addictions. It's clear that the homeless may turn to drugs as a way to cope with their harsh lives and may not be able to afford to break these addictions. Without proper financial support, they'll continue to spiral downwards into addiction. If that sounds like it sucks, it's probably because it does. Oftentimes, one can't just quit an addiction through sheer willpower. Contrary to some people's belief that homeless people spend donated money irresponsibly, the reality is that the majority of the homeless population puts donations to good use. Take for example the New Leaf Project, which provided a one-time direct cash transfer of 7,500 Canadian dollars to those who had recently experienced homelessness in the Vancouver area. They also monitored those who had received the cash transfer and those who had not over the course of a year. They found that individuals spent their cash over time, not all at once, and that for those who received the cash, food security increased in the first month and remained steady over time. In addition, they found that there was a 39% reduction in spending of goods such as alcohol, drugs, or cigarettes. The observations made during the New Leaf Project show that overall, homeless people are responsible with their money, managing it and supporting themselves. In addition, when they're able to afford important things such as food, they reduce their spending on drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes, challenging the belief that they misuse our donations. If the majority of homeless people are unable to access the medical support necessary to deal with addictions, and if they've been proven to make responsible purchasing decisions with the money they've come across, then it can be said that your donation will be put to good use, helping the homeless to find clothing, buy meals, and a variety of other things. Now that you know why you should donate to the homeless, one issue you might have is the fact that you're broke. Together, we can overcome this problem easily. There's strength in numbers, and if as many people as possible contribute to the cause of donating to the homeless, together we'll be able to eventually get all homeless people in Vancouver into stable housing. Proof of our collective efforts being stronger than individual efforts can be seen in the New Leaf Project mentioned before. This initiative was funded by people to raise over $700,000, and you already established earlier that the money distributed to homeless people from this accumulated money changed their lives for the better. The effect of an individual's actions on a greater cause can also be seen in a democracy. One person's vote has an influence on how their city, province, or country is run. You can donate to homeless people in any way. You can donate to charities, donate to people on the street, or even share information about homelessness, such as through making a video with bad drawings and copyright-free music. The point is to adopt a giving mindset, to give a little bit of what you can to those who need it, no matter how much you have to give. By living with such a mindset and giving to the homeless in their lives, we'll be able to make a difference in both their lives and in the community as a whole.